first by making of blocks, about 50,000 blocks by the Karachunas. So this is one of the initiatives we are trying to create. As we said, KAPATU is a practical university. This is what we mean. This wall fence has been done by the Karachunas, built on a land about 80 acres, all around covered. What you see here is the work done. The wall height is just enough for security purpose, but what we want more so is the government to fund us like they have promised us. It's more good to do funding on education to fight the security reasons. So in brief, this is what the Karachunas have done, and more are still coming up. So this is the bishop's residence, which was done by the Karachunas. It was a very great initiative, and we encourage more and more still to come and do it.
I am by the names of Father Raphael Obere. I have been mobilizing the Karachunas to return the guns to the government. And as we are doing that, the Bishop of Kotido Catholic Diocese came up with some skilling program, which made us to think of which kind of category of the Karachunas we could embrace, could bring closer and skill them, in a way making a mindset change in them. And so there was this project of the perimeter wall for the diocese. And Bishop just told me, get those ringleaders of the Karachunas who are actively involved in raiding. If they give the guns to the government, then we give them a mindset change. And so we had about 32 from all over GA, those who disarmed. And I think the first day when we brought them, took them through on how to make concrete blocks. They were fast learners. The first day, the second day, in a week they captured everything and they learned how to do the mixtures, stone dust, sand, and then cement. And in this way, they started to learn thoroughly on how to make concrete blocks. We gave them certificates. After that, then it came to the actual construction of the perimeter wall. Again, we picked them as helpers. And I think you see the work they have done. They have learned, about 4 of them have learned how to, with the guidance of a mason, they have learned how to place the concrete block building. And the rest of them have been very active with the technical masons brought from Soroti. They have liked them, and they even expressed that if there is a way they get a contract, shall call these boys to work with them, because they don't need closer supervision. Once they have known how to mix, even for a mortar for building, they have learned how to do it, and they are hardworking. And so, when you see this perimeter wall standing like this, it is the work of the Karachunas who disarmed that are doing this. And in KAPATU, I am the director of the estates. And already these Karachunas, the program of KAPATU is that of skilling. We want to make sure that with the university we provide, we tackle education from the nursery to university. So while we do these Karachunas who have reached to a STEM level, we want to skill them and be able to do work in order to disrupt the graph of succession to Oriawood. So once you disorganize those in the middle and then those coming from down, then you would have completely killed the aspect of young ones graduating into Oriawood. As we talk, this is the mind of KAPATU. The programs that are there for KAPATU is one of them is to teach them on this, and some of those Karachunas are already enrolled under KAPATU. And There is also electrical engineering, where these Karachunas will be trained on how to do fabrication. You don't need to go to school to learn how to do welding. If you see many of the people that we call masons here, they have come from outside because they were learning on job with other people. And now we want these ones also to learn on the job, to have the skills on them, because these are very intelligent fellows. Once we had them skilled, then they are able to do something to plan a life for themselves, to support their families. The group that has been working here, we took them through to what is called saving culture. With the saving culture, we told them, if you are about to 10, this weekend, whatever you are supposed to get, put together and give to one, so that he's able to buy something for the family. And that rotation business helped them. Others say they bought goats, others say they bought reeds for building the house, and with that they are successful stories. And for them, they are now looking for where to do something. Some of the ones we train, they have gone to Gabon to help people in making concrete buildings. I mean blocks, making of blocks, concrete blocks. And they are doing it. So now, for them, they have taken upon themselves to look for a job. Those who want to construct, they already find these people who are ready, mobile labor. So the uniqueness of KAPATU will be seen in these categories of people, the warriors who get skill, get trained, even up to the university they can read. It is only because we shall instruct them using the local language.
Ichogor Charles is my name. I'm the resident district commissioner, Kotido District. One, I would like to congratulate Bishop. The two bishops yesterday were celebrating their second anniversary. The Bishop of Kotido, I congratulate him. Two, I would like to congratulate His Excellency, President General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, for the peace in Karamoja sub-region and for the peace in Kotido District in particular. I'm now 4 months old here. This is my 5th month since I was transferred here. But I can authoritatively say that Kotido District, like any other region in Karamoja, is very peaceful. I'm so excited that through our continuous mobilization, especially of the reformed warriors, we are now receiving weapons almost weekly. The young men are surrendering weapons to my office voluntarily, and we have guided them to maintain that peace. So I would like to inform the viewers that we now have a force in Karamoja for socio-economic transformation. The Karachunas, the reformed warriors, are energetic people. The next war now is on their mind, to change their mindset to development. For example, about 3 months ago, through the diocese, the youth, the reformed warriors were skilled. And anybody who comes to Kotido Catholic Diocese will see a magnificent wall that was constructed by the Karachunas, that was constructed, they even made the bricks themselves, and they got the money. And that should be the direction now. For us in government, that is the direction now we are moving towards too. So that we have total peace in this sub-region. so that we have development in this sub-region. I would like to thank government of Uganda. I would like to thank His Excellency the President because of the KAPATU University. That university is going to transform Karamoja sub-region. I've already told you about the skill, the labor force now we have, the tangible labor force that has abandoned war, that has abandoned the gun. Our role now as government is to make sure that these young men are skilled. These young men are going to be our mobilizers for the rest of the youth to talk about development. The KAPATU University is going a long way to change the history of Karamoja sub-region. And it is timely, it is now timely as we are achieving the peace. So I would like to thank everybody and mobilize the entire population to support this cause. Once the university is established, I will authoritatively say there will be no more war in Karamoja. Because all the young men will be skilled, all the young men will be involved in productive activities. Karamoja sub-region, Kotido in particular, have been very vulnerable populations because they have been in war. They have not been benefiting from government programs. But now with the peace, we now have success stories. Success stories for PDM here in Karamoja. And my office is now championing mobilization of the reformed warriors. Before we wait for the skilling program, I'm planning to mobilize the recently reformed warriors and have them for 2 weeks ideological training. We shall invite lecturers from within and outside so that they integrate appropriately to the communities. So that when they see a gun, they should not feel that you have got pressure. They must feel that that is an enemy. They should be able to pick it and hand over immediately. That's the focus we are going to do. And I'm very sure we are going to achieve that so that Karamoja will now move shoulder by shoulder with the rest of this country. So I would like to thank government, as the resident district commissioner Kotido, who are here ready to support our population. We are mobilizing our population. We are mobilizing our Karachuna to be good citizens, to be good leaders in future for the prosperity of this country.
So first of all, in 2023, we launched a project called KAPATU, Karamoja Peace and Technology University. And our goal was that Karamoja Peace and Technology University is going to get these youth, you call them Karachunas, or even street children who have never been in school, educate them, give them skills, give them the science, and teach them how to do things on their own. So the first project that His Lordship, Bishop Dominic, took on was the project of the Karachunas. 32 of them? 32. The project was launched on 28th of July 2023. Her Excellency the Vice President came to Roselang and she laid the foundation stone. She was representing His Excellency the President of Uganda. She laid the foundation stone for KAPATU. And we had 32 Karachunas. They have been trained under our program supervised by the Bishop. His Lordship, Bishop Dominic, is the President of Karamoja Peace and Technology University. The Chancellor of the University is His Excellency the President, and the Deputy Chancellor is Her Excellency the Vice President. I am the Chairman of the University Council. So we led this project to make sure that it worked so that we prove a point that these Karachunas, their negative energy can be transformed into positive energy. So they were trained here, We got experts from Kotido Catholic Diocese. Bishop Echiro was able to work with Bishop Dominic to bring these Karachunas here. They were trained how to make bricks, but they were also trained why bricks should be made in certain ratios. That is the science. And they were also trained how to build a perimeter wall. And you can see it for yourself. This is a demonstration. So this is part of our continuing effort as Karamoja Peace and Technology University to participate in government programs to transform this area. These people get involved in violence and so on, among other reasons, because they don't have a meaningful alternative source of livelihood. So this is a point that we've been able to do. So this perimeter wall, as you can see it, it goes around the entire palace of the bishop. It has been built by them, and you can see. I am not aware of any perimeter wall built to the standard of this nature in Kotido municipality. If you know one, come and show it to us. When you find some, the materials, the cement is compromised, the mixtures are compromised, so many things are going wrong. This is done according to science and according to plan too. So this perimeter wall can stay as long as this earth exists, done by the Karachunas, and we shall continue. Part of what we want to do is to demonstrate that, for example, money given by government to build the infrastructure of the university can be used meaningfully. What we have done, the Karachunas are the ones going to build the entire infrastructure of Karamoja Peace and Technology University, all the buildings, because we have demonstrated that that is possible. Thank you.
Yesterday, I heard from the former ISO director something to do with Operation Wealth Creation. So
Yes.
I wanted to understand the linkage in terms of the visit to KAPATU, or what Operation Wealth Creation is doing, or possibly the purpose of Papa's visit.
We came here led by Ambassador, His Excellency Ambassador Philippo Idro. He's a principal advisor to General Salim Saleh. General Salim Saleh is the chief coordinator of Operation Wealth Creation and the senior presidential advisor on military affairs, accompanied by Honorable David Purkor, who is also a principal advisor to General Salim Saleh, and myself came in various capacities. So part of what we came here to do was a fact-finding mission. Is it true that the Karachunas did this? Does this war exist? Is it true they were here? Is there anything that has been done? So part of what we have done is, first of all, to inspect this and to make sure that it is true, it is there, and it works. Secondly, we went to Rustling, which is going to be the main interim administration center for the university. So the main administration is going to be sitting at Rustling. We also went to Kanawat Health Center 3, which is going to be expanded into a general hospital and then upgraded to a super specialized 5-star teaching hospital. All these we have been able to do. So we came here, we have been taken around by the bishop, we have been working together, also having discussions with the Bishop of Torit, because we are talking about the Toposa. The Toposa fall under the Catholic Diocese of Torit in southern Sudan. That is why the bishop is here. And we have been able to compile our report. We are done with our report. So we are going back to Guru to make a report to General Salim Saleh. General Salim Saleh works in the office of the president. He does these things for and on behalf of the president, who is the chancellor of the university. So that is why we're here. So this is the work of Operation Wealth Creation.
Let me respond on that one. Why Operation Wealth Creation? Because these Karachunas are wealth creators. These herdsmen are not bandits, they are not rebels, they are citizens of Uganda. So while we are working to promote peace, okay, and support disarmament, so that they move from the gun economy, now they must move to employment economy. They must make real wealth. So this skilling, the support by wealth creation to support KAPATU, which is coming to help to skill these Karachunas and the people of Karamoja who have dropped out of school in different levels, is aimed at increasing the skill base of people of Karamoja to move from being warriors in destruction to becoming warriors in development, to rechannel their energies, okay, from destructive activities to more constructive activities. So that's why government of Uganda is partnering with the Catholic Church to deliver this university. This university is so unique. Can you imagine taking people who have dropped out of school, who have not been to A level, and give them skills like brick making, like bricklaying, and they get certificates from the university, and also want to advance. Okay, each time you advance to diploma, the content of science will increase. Each time you advance to degree, it will increase. So everybody is being given a chance to pick up where you stopped, and the university is taking you along with so education being a journey, not a race, and therefore you move at their pace. So this is a demonstration that it is possible. If people were holding guns the other day and raiding cows are now putting their energies, and with the science being given to produce quality blocks like this, and then with the being taught how to lay them, so the future is bright. So if you are asking why is OWC involved in this, we are building capacity of wealth creators. We're together on that one, okay? So that they can really create wealth for themselves through legitimate means, not through stealing and killing people and robbing cows here and there, okay? Using their own energies, the skill base. So that's really what makes us here. And that's why we are very excited about this partnership with the church. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for this opportunity to share with you about the work done here and how the church and the government are partnering. It has ever been, but we are continuing with this partnering even in our time. And what I have seen is that our people are energized people. And we know that this is there. There's been all the less possibilities of doing this kind of activities because of the insecurity that we have had for many years. But now that peace has come, we are now embarking on empowering the human power which is there. And partnering with the government is to see on which side can we move together. The church needs support from the government, and the government as well needs support from the church, so that we move together, because we serve the same people. Now, what really inspires me is that being here, I know that we have a lot of young people around. Some of them had been to school, some had not been to school, and so on. And seeing them around, I've been thinking on how to capture this energy. And how can I make this message also reach out to the government through the understanding of the government project of Operation Wealth Creation and other initiatives that the government has come about with, including the PDM, which is part of the Operation Wealth Creation initiatives as well. Is that we need to support each other. There are certain things that the government also does not reach out to quickly, but we are there near to the people. So we are the voice. We send the voice to the government, and the government also answers us, and this will support each other, even on certain principles, and understanding what the government intends. And so in this way, we cover gaps between one another. Now, what has taken place here in this structure that you see, that I'm glad that those of Operation Wealth Creation team have come to pay a visit to verify, is the work that the Karachunas have done. After the launching of the KAPATU University project, laying of the foundation stone in 2023, 28th July, we thought of an initiative to begin doing something. And actually, we got 32 Karachunas who in 3 months, from September to November or beginning of December, they managed to make these blocks with the help of the experts from Kotido Catholic Diocese, as was already mentioned before. And within the 3 months, from the zero learning exercise to this professional work, they made these good blocks. And they made 49,000 blocks that have contributed to the building of this residence and administrative block all up the gate there. And it's just an expression that our young people think of those who have not gone to school. They can still be empowered. And I think these are the areas that Operation Wealth Creation also tries to tap in, that we should not only think only about those who have certificates and so on, who should be empowered, but also those who have not gone to school. And this is one of the things that KAPATU University is quite unique about, that it wants to take care of those who have not been to school at all, but they can be empowered and they can use their energies in a very profitable way. So after making the blocks with the same experts from Kotido Catholic Diocese, the same Karachunas in turns managed to make this wall as it is. Interacting with them after this work last December, before I waved them off for Christmas, I had a little supper with them, and I was asking their impression. What do they think about their being here in these days? They expressed to me this certain very interesting things. Some thought they were suspicious why they were being called here. Was it true that they were being to betray, or they were being gathered to be handed over to the army? But instead, they said they found a home. And now their request is, which is the plan of KAPATU, that more Karachunas should be brought in, and also to be trained to benefit like them. I like the way they were talking about that, like them, they also need their colleagues to be brought in. So they really love that. Let KAPATU or the church continue with the empowering project. So it is very clear that none of us is useless. So the church and the government should work together to empower such people as much as possible. And it's my wish that this takes place really in our area, both by the church and by the government, and we complement each other always in this kind of thing. So this is briefly what I can say about this project, and about my excitement that Operation Wealth, the creation team, has come to visit to see what I have been telling them, that our people can be empowered and they can be resourceful because they have energy. Thank you very much. So with me, or with us, is the Bishop of Kotido Catholic Diocese, Right Reverend Emmanuel Bernardino. Is our neighbor here. And his being here is for us is of interest, much as I'm very good close friend to him. But also regarding KAPATU, it answers some of our aspirations together, because this university is supposed to cover and answer needs of Arteker people. And he comes and also he administers the people of Arteker in most of the parts of his diocese. So therefore, his being here for us is very good to know what KAPATU initiative has already started with and what is expected. So a lot is expected from us. So maybe I'll invite him to say something, then he will tell us more about his impression about this.
Okay, thank you for the chance. I'm grateful to be here. And of course, I came here. This is the second time for me to come to Kotido. I think last year I came and I shared with my brother, Bishop Dominic Eibu. He shared with me his dream of fencing the place. And now this year I came, I found the fence. I was just confused. I said, is it the same place? Because it looks different. Within a short time, things are in place. So that's the first impression that I got, that he is really effective, that he's a person of his word. He gives the word and he tries by all means, by God's grace, to bring it to fulfillment. And of course, such an achievement is not we cannot wrap, as a proverb says, we cannot wrap a gift with one hand. So surely there are people who collaborated and who made this possible. And of course, the main player here is the government of Uganda. And honestly, we are grateful. For me personally, I'm impressed. And this is not something new for the government of Uganda, especially we from South Sudan. We have been all this time being held by the government of Uganda, and up to now we're still continuing in partnership with the government. And of course, even as a religious leader, I really cherish very much this initiative of the government collaborating with the church. And we can see once we put our hands together in partnership, you see how things become effective and become easy. And also this initiative for KAPATU, for me, is something new, which is something inspiring. Surely there are people who are behind that initiative. So I would like to acknowledge their effort and whatever they are doing good for the people. And human beings deserve a chance. And all of us, we are the fruits of our environment. So there is nobody born good or bad. We are all born good. But only sometimes situations make us to be who we are. And so giving chance for people to come out of their situation, I think there is nothing more beautiful than to help somebody to believe in his dignity and really to begin to feel that that he is really loved by God and loved by the government, but loved by the society. So this initiative really is just an inspiration. And I hope our government, I know, I don't want to say many things because the experience we have already in South Sudan tells us what Uganda is. So supportive, caring, like a mother, like a close friend. So we just hope that this initiative continues. And since the church has proved that they're trustworthy and a small thing they can do much, then I think I hope our government will surely continue to support such an initiative, because when you support somebody in a small thing, you see really the results is clearly out. I think there is no doubt anymore, because a person is tested in a small thing. That's why we can see the beauty of this world, and it's really a hope for our people, and also a hope for these young people, because I met some of them, I heard some other things like what we have just heard now. They have that sense of future. They are visioning already. And instead of thinking of a different thing, we may divert their future, but they are thinking now of building the society, building themselves, having hope for future. So really I'm impressed. I'm going from here, not only with the thanksgiving and appreciation of our anniversary, but with something more to learn. That's why as French author Frank Laplan said, that we learn something every moment if we pay attention. So this is already a school. We learn many things here that human beings can change and things can be improved. And the future of our people will really come up. And this lesson I have to take back home, tell our people that we can still be better. And we have people who approve it. Oftentimes human beings don't believe in things till they see something practically done. But I think it's here, that something practically being done, and it will help us to come up. So I would like to once again to thank our government of Uganda, to thank Catholic Diocese of Kotido, and all the partners who are working for the good of our people, and to improve our people beyond the border. And Uganda knows that very well. They know that they don't care only for their own place, but they need to think also globally, even though they are doing things locally. So once again, thank you for this chance. We pray that God will bless Uganda and bless our people, the whole world, Africa and the world at large. So thank you.
So finally and briefly, my Lord, how can our brothers in South Sudan, like the Toposa, benefit from this university which we have now established here, or we're about to establish here?
Yeah, since we are common ancestors, it's called Ateker. So we are one people, we have almost the same culture. Since I came here, when they were sharing, I said, but I feel at home, because almost the same culture and the same mindset, because we're cattle people. So it's easier for us to cross the border, to the point that we can share. Since sometimes our people cross the border to steal cows. So it's not difficult for them to cross the border to seek for education. So this university will help our people, because we have also difficulty of university and the schooling. It will help them also, the young people especially. They are now all looking for a school, because they know cows will never serve us much. But they have few access. Our government is trying their best, at least to provide education. But with the help of our partners, our brothers from Uganda, it will expand also that chance for the others to get that educations. So that's why we're looking forward to this KAPATU initiative, that we are going to be part and partners of this to support it to come into fruition.
In the first instance, I want to congratulate His Lordship the Bishop on what he has thought about and how he wants to implement it. We are joining him because when he told us the principles under which he wants these things to operate, we thought there was all the logic in it. The first issue is education, because that's a liberation of the mind. And that's the first principle of the Catholic Church. The second principle is health. You can interchange those because you must be alive. So people must know how to look after themselves. The third one is skilling and agriculture. Skilling, because you can skill in agriculture, you can skill in mechanical technologies, biological technologies. That's all part of it. It's beautiful. So how can you fight such kind of correct thinking? You can only fight by joining it and working with it. And we have the evidence, as you can see behind here, the wall that has come out. And you can also see it from where we went yesterday in some of the scenarios as you explained. So to me, basically, all the bishop needs is support from all sectors. And when we met with General Salim Saleh the other week, we all agreed on supporting him. So we came here to acquaint ourselves to the situation. The university building is ready. We slept in the university last night. We had a very nice time. We even ate breakfast cooked from the kitchen. And everybody who slept there actually slept very well. So I think the students and the staff who will come, starting, will already find a facility. So all that is required now is to enhance it. But with the land that has been grown, donated, I think there should be no problem. And we're going to take that report and recommend that he should be supported in this endeavor. Thank you very much.
Volunteer.